Hey guys, it's Amy here, and today I bring you my May book haul. Today I have a mixture of graphic novels and regular books to show you, so let's get on to it. So the first three books I have to show you are graphic novels, and I actually picked them up at my work. We have a book cycle system, so you can go to the bookshelf at work and either give a donation and take a book, or you can swap a book. So the first book I have is Persepolis by Marjane. Satrapi. Don't know a great deal about this book, but I have heard many good things. I think it follows a young girl and she lives in Iran. That's basically all I know. As with all of these books, I will share my opinions with you once I have read them in wrap-ups and things like that, also on my Goodreads page and my blog. Next I have one that I haven't seen before, but I have seen a film of it, and it is Tamara Drewe by Posy Simmonds. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure this came out as a film a few years ago. I do recall enjoying the film, so hopefully the graphic novel will be just as enjoyable. I didn't think I was going to pick this one up, but once I looked inside at the colours of the illustrations, I just thought they were really gorgeous, really subtle tones, and I'm really looking forward to seeing the story. There is quite a bit of writing on each page, as you can see, but I'm looking forward to seeing whether I like that format of graphic novel, because I'm just experimenting with things at the moment. Next I have one that I'm really excited for, and I've heard so many good things about, and it is The Complete Mouse Collection by Art Spiegelman. From the very little I know about this book, I think it follows Art Spiegelman's grandfather, who grows up living in Poland and then ends up imprisoned in Auschwitz. The interesting thing about the story is that it's told through mice and cats, so the cats are the Nazis and the mice is everyone else that is oppressed by them. This is one I'm really looking forward to getting to. I'm hoping to read it very soon. The next book I have is a novel that I picked up at my work, and it is Agatha Christie, Peril and House. This is a Poirot novel, and as you may know, I really enjoy Poirot and Agatha Christie's writing. There are quite a few books in the Poirot series, and I am not reading them in order. I've been picking them up randomly from my library's ebook collection and where I can in charity shops. I do kind of research them beforehand to make sure I'm not going to spoil myself for any kind of things that are going to happen later on in the series, but trying to pick up the ones nearer the beginning and read through as many as I can. As I've mentioned before, these books give me a really heartwarming and nostalgic feeling, even though I've only started reading them in the past couple of years. Poirot is just so brilliant. Each book is only a few hundred pages long, and you get through it quickly. You know you're going to get a really good story, and I just love them. So as you may know, this year I'm trying to finish off as many series as I can so that I can begin new ones that have just been waiting on my shelf. I don't like to have too many series on the go at once, otherwise I just get confused and it's just not fun for anyone. So the next book I have is Scarlet by Marissa Meyer. I read Cinder a year or two ago and I thought it was pretty good. I wasn't completely blown away by it, and that's probably why I haven't picked up Scarlet straight away. I saw that Scarlet was on sale on Amazon, so I picked it up as it was cheap, hoping to get around to this book soon because I do actually quite fancy a fairy tale retelling. If you're not aware, Cinder is a retelling of Cinderella and Scarlet is a retelling of Little Red Riding Hood, and I think Cress is a retelling of Rapunzel. If you've read any of the Lunar Chronicles books, let me know what you think in the comments, as I'd be interested to hear what people's opinions are on the series. So now we're moving on to the Image Comics section of this book haul, because I seem to have acquired a number of books from them. Last month I read Saga Volumes 1 and 2 and Sex Criminals. You can see what I thought of those in my April wrap-up. And here I have 4 more books from Image Comics that I thought would really interest me, so I'm really looking forward to reading them. First of those is Alex and Ada by Jonathan Luna and Sarah Vaughan. What I've read on the back, it follows a guy named Alex who gets given a robot named Ada, and it follows ideas of what it means to be real or human and things like that. I'm really looking forward to reading it actually, and it's got slightly different illustration style than the ones that I've read before, so I'm looking forward to seeing if I enjoy that more or less, or what I enjoy. It's all very exciting, this new graphic novel thing that I'm jumping into. Next one I have is called Low, and I'm really looking forward to reading this one. And what I've read on the back, it seems as if the world has come to ruin. The sun has eradicated everything on the planet except for the people who are living really deep down under the sea in kind of special cities that are able to live under the sea. Yet again, this has a really different style of illustrations, so I'm looking forward to seeing what I enjoy the most. Definitely one I'll be picking up soon. Next I have The Wicked and the Divine by Gillian McKelvey and Wilson Cowles. I've seen this in quite a few book hauls before, but I haven't actually seen reviews of it, so I don't know if it's a good one in BookTube's eyes or not. I think the illustrations in this book are absolutely gorgeous, and I know it's something I will definitely like. This follows the story of 12 gods, and every 90 years these gods are sent back down to Earth. Obviously some people love them, some people hate them, and from the back of the book it says that within 2 years they are all dead. That's that sounds super exciting to me. If you've read this one, then let me know in the comments. So the final one from Image Comics I have is Deadly Class, and this is something that really took my interest. It basically follows a group of students who go to a high school where they're taught to be assassins. It looks pretty dark and pretty grim, so I will let you know what I think of this one once I've read it. The lovely order in which I was going to show these books to you has been completely obliterated. I'm just now picking them up from the floor. So I've got 2 more graphic novels and 2 more regular novels to show you, and that'll be the end of this haul. So the first one is Death Comes to Pemberley by P.D. James. When I went to London, Lorna from Suddenly in Order was reading this book and it really piqued my interest. This is a murder mystery novel that follows Darcy and Elizabeth from Pride and Prejudice. It is set a few years after they're married and they're having a big gathering of some sort at Pemberley, and someone then dies. I've read Children of Men by P.D. James and really enjoyed her writing style, so I'm looking forward to seeing if I like this too. As I'm getting into murder mysteries quite a bit with Agatha Christie, I'm hoping that I enjoy this one as well, because then I think I will pick up more P.D. James in the future. And the next book I have is an unsolicited proof that Bloomsbury sent me, and it is Because You'll Never Meet Me by Leah Thomas. It's actually a book that has really piqued my interest. I'm really looking forward to reading it. Bloomsbury has done a good job in knowing what kind of book I will enjoy. It follows the story of 2 young people who can never meet because if they do, then one of them will die. It also has something to do with a mysterious German laboratory, so that sounds pretty interesting to me. This one comes out on the 2nd of July, so I will probably read it in June and give you my thoughts in my June wrap-up. We're finally onto the last 2 graphic novels, and the first one of those is Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children by Ransom Riggs. I loved the novel of this book and I can't wait for the 3rd one to come out because I really enjoyed Hollow City as well. I'm really interested in seeing if the story is told in any kind of different way to the way that the novel was told and how they fit the illustrations in with it. Let me know if you've read this one because I'd be really interested to see how you compare it to the novel and what one you liked best. And the final book I have to show you is probably the one I am most excited for, and it is Buffy the Vampire Slayer, The Long Way Down. And this is basically season 8 of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. You guys may not know this about me, and I'm not sure if I've ever actually mentioned it in a video before, but I am a hardcore Buffy the Vampire Slayer fan. I used to watch them a lot when I was little with my mum, and they did scare me when I was little, but around the age of 15 I started rewatching all of the series over again, and for about the last 6 years I have watched every single episode every year without fail. This is primarily to do with coursework and the fact that I would have to sit and write in books for hours, so I would just put Buffy on episode after episode after episode. So basically I love Buffy quite a bit, and discovering that they had continued the series on in graphic novel form just made me so incredibly happy. There are quite a number of these Buffy books. I did have to restrain myself from just buying them all at once because that is totally something I would have done. So I told myself if I bought the first one and really enjoyed it, I would be allowed to continue on with the series, which I think is highly sensible of me. Are you a Buffy fan? Come and talk to me in the comments because I would love to fangirl over Buffy with you. So those are all the books I have to show you for this video. I've told myself I have to read at least half of them before buying any more books because my TBR shelf is going crazy. Feel free to chat to me in the comments about anything I've mentioned today. As always, I will leave links to Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter, everything down below. I hope you're all having a brilliant day and I will see you soon. Bye! To be honest with you, I'm not entirely sure where to begin with a review for this book. It was simply wonderful and I know I will be rereading it at least once this year.